Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Tutor Arnel. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon, Tutor Grazel.
Yes, it's
Nice to see you again.
Tuesday. I have so many leave of absences here in ETUlay. I'm very sorry. I am really piled up with a lot of work to do. So that's the reason why. And by the way, we would like to say hi first and a very, very good afternoon to all our learners here. Of course, our earliest bird is none other than Renz Guyver Calyanta from
Wow.
Imelda Integrated Secondary School. That's from SDO Malabon. And he was followed by Carlo Miguel Malonzo and John Michael Janko. So hello to our three earliest birds for our session this afternoon. So let us have our shared screen, Sir Arnel. And you can also greet our viewers, Tutor Arnel.
Oh, yes. I am just stunned to see you back, Tutor Trace. I really miss you. I saw Tutor May greet our students and greet us as well. So hello, Tutor May.
Hi, Tutor May.
All right, I think
So
our PowerPoint has been presented already.
okay, so let me now begin our ETUlay session this afternoon. Again, hi and good afternoon to all our viewers, our learners, our parents, our teachers, of course, who are always wanting to learn in English 7. So here we are from SDO Pasig, from the rainy SDO Pasig this afternoon.
Yes.
I am Tutor Drace, and with me is Tutor Arnell. So we
Hello.
will always be your guide every Tuesday. That's from 1:40 to 2:20 p.m. for English 7. So let us start with our slides for this afternoon. So let me just remind everybody we have a new home for DepEd ETUlay. So please follow our DepEd page, or I mean our ETUlay page, so you will be updated with all the live sessions. That's not just with English 7. Of course, we have a lot in store for you. So if you really want to learn at itulay ang pagkatuto, then please follow. You click that button, follow, so you will always be updated with all the notifications and the live sessions for all our itulay. And of course, we're also present on YouTube. So that's https www.youtube.com c/deped itulay. So you have an option whether to go to Facebook or to go to YouTube. Please follow and subscribe. So next, we will also be having for this afternoon quarter 3 week 2, and the topic would be about basic factors of delivery. So we would like to thank first, we would like to remind everybody that we're still celebrating the National Arts Month 2022, and that would be Sining ng Pag-asa for the theme. So that would include February 12, 19, and 26, and we have some activities here. So we have from kindergarten to grades 1 to 3. That's for elementary learners. Please do have a screenshot of this. And then we also have music, physical dance, and arts for grades 4 and 6. And we also have, of course, for our junior and senior high school learners, that'll be for grades 7 and 12, 7 to 12, for virtual himig kundiman, physical education, OPM dance exercise, and e-cultura rampa feast ng
Yes.
Pinas. So it's going to be very, very festive. And also for February 21, that's yesterday, we are also celebrating the International Mother Language Day. So, what is this about? Okay, what is this celebration? So, just a little trivia. The International Mother Language Day recognizes that languages and multilingualism can advance inclusion, and the Sustainable Development Goals focus on leaving no one behind. So, UNESCO believes education based on the first language or mother tongue must begin from the early years, as early childhood care and education is the foundation of all learning. So that is actually the reason why we have MTB for elementary. That's from grades 1 to 3. So that's mother tongue based learning. Okay, I think we lost our slides, Tutor Arnell.
Yes, I think so, Tutor Drazel. So just a moment. I guess we are having some technical difficulties right
Okay,
now.
so let me just expound on that. So, of course,
Yes.
for example, for us Filipinos, of course, we learn more if we are using the mother tongue, right? For example, here in Pasig or here in Metro Manila, we use Tagalog, diba, for our
Mhm.
mother tongue. And of course, it's very obvious that we will be learning more if we are using the mother tongue based learning. So let's say, for example, we have viewers from Pampanga. So they're
Mhm.
using Kapampangan, okay, for their MTB. So they're learning more the language. That's from grades 1 to 3. And then from grade 4, they have a different, of course, they have a different uh, subject list of subjects for their classes. So we also have students from different provinces. So they also have a different mother language for that case. So of course, the International Mother Language Day recognizes that sustainable development goals focus, and that would be leaving no one behind. Okay, so please don't forget that we have to begin learning at the early years of childhood or early childhood education or early childhood care. So next, ayan, the theme for the 2022 International Mother Language Day is using technology for multilingual learning, challenges, and opportunities. Now, this would, of course, raise the potential role of technology to advance multilingual education and support the development of quality teaching and learning for all, which of course technology we all know is very very important in our online learning,
That's
'di ba?
right.
But of course we are very excited because the face-to-face classes na is getting near,
That's
'di
right.
ba? And here in SDO Pasig we already have
The pilot.
implementation, the pilot implementation. So actually in our school we will have it on March 7. So we're very excited
Mm,
for that. We miss the classrooms, we miss the students, we miss the noise of the students, 'di ba? So ayan, babalik na tayo. Unti-unting babalik na sa dati. Okay, so next. And so we would like to thank our module reference for quarter 3, module 2. We would like to thank the Department of Education, Soxurgen Region. Thank you very much, moms and sirs, for allowing us to use the module that you have created. So this quarter 3, week 2 objectives will be the following. So we will try to meet the following: understand the use of appropriate oral language, stance, and behavior when giving information, instructions, making explanations, and narrating events in factual and personal recounts. The knowledge of the heart would be to show appreciation of one's mother tongue or language through one's chosen method of delivery. And of course, our skills would be to deliver a speech using the appropriate oral language, stance, and behavior when making explanations and giving information. So we will try our very best to meet all this, but of course, before we continue, we would like to congratulate our featured duty for week 1. So these are the people who excelled in submitting the assignments last week. So they are, we have Reese Lorraine B. Hibe, grade 10 Eolus from Mangahan High School. That's from SDO Pasig. And then we also have Auriza Zidane T. Gaza. That's from grade 7 MH Del Pilar, Pampanga High School, SDO City of San Fernando. That's in Pampanga. Congratulations. And then we also have our earliest bird, Renz Guyver Calyanta, grade 7 mark from Imelda Integrated Secondary School. That's from SDO Malabon. And then another from Pampanga High School, we have Carlo Miguel P. Malonzo from grade 7, Cream 5, SDO City of San Fernando. And do we still have some more?
Yes,
Okay, we
Tutor
still have
Drazel.
some more. We have our grade 10 ates and kuyas also with us. We have Ella Marie de Magila from grade 10 Eolus and Danette O. Gansatao, grade 10 Eolus, also from Mangahan High School. And we also have Desiree Ann Palisok, also from grade 10 Aeolus Mangahan High School. And of course, we also have Mark Platon. He's a student alumnus from Sagan High School, also from SDO Pasig City. And of course, we would like to congratulate everybody who were featured
Yes.
here. Congratulations. They're getting very active na, no, in submitting their assignments. So kudos to that. That's a very, very great job. And you are really amazing. You are a great cutie, and amazing badge would be given to you also. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everyone.
And of course, let's now start our lesson by having a review of what we had last week. So let us see if Tutor Arnell really had a mastery of all those lessons. So let's have this.
Hopefully.
So let's see if you really learned from Tutor Arnell. Na pressure tuloy si Tutor Arnell.
Kinabahan ako
Okay.
bigla.
Joke lang,
So
joke lang.
students, please make it perfect, okay?
Okay. So the directions would be this. So you just have to choose the correct answer for the following questions. So you type your answers in the comment section. So this is what we're going to do. Let's now have our first number. So it is the position of the speaker's body when sitting or standing. So we have the following options. Is it A, clarity, B, delivery, C, loudness, or D, posture? Okay, what would be the correct answer for number one? The position of the speaker's body when sitting or standing. Okay, while we are waiting, let us greet the following Hannah Jusel Lanat from Mariano National High School. Okay, we also have Krishna Lawagan from Bagnos Integrated School. Ayan. So we now have an answer here from RC Hernandez. The answer is D, that's posture. So we also have the same answer with Caliph and Argel and Julia and Bianca and Cyrus and Nino. What is the correct answer for number one, Tutor Arnel?
All right, the correct answer is letter D, posture.
Okay, you got a correct answer. That's a good start. Next, let's proceed with number two. Okay, for number two, it is the way you pronounce the word with your voice. Okay, the choices are: is it A, posture, B, pronunciation, C, clarity, or D, platform behavior? So, what is your answer for number two? Okay, the way you pronounce the word with your voice. We have an answer from Cristina de la Cruz. And Danette says it's a B. Andrea, the same letter B. Pauline and Janet and Cyrus and Alan and Francis. What is the correct? Is it really letter B, Tutor Ernell?
Yes, it's letter B,
Yes. So that's
pronunciation.
two
Wow, go
points
students.
already. Very good, Tutor Ernell. Next, let's have number three. For number three, it is the enunciation of the words done more deliberately than in ordinary conversation, where words must be easily heard and expressed in an exact way. So the choices are letter A.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. Letter A, we have loudness. B, platform behavior. Letter C, clarity. And D, pronunciation. Again, it is the enunciation of the words done more deliberately than in ordinary conversation, where words must be easily heard and expressed in an exact way. According to Mark Laton, it's a C. According to Janet, it's also a C. Carabine says it's a C. Samantha, the same C. Same with Jimwell and Argel. What is the correct answer for number three? Very
Yes,
good. So
it's
that's
letter
3
C.
points for Tutor Arnell.
For me.
Next, let's have number four. Number four, the way the speaker acts and behaves before his or her audience that tells of a good reason for any pause or for any moment. A, clarity. B, platform behavior. C, posture. Or D, loudness. What is the correct answer for number four? Hi to Precious Love Alcantara from Diamantina National High School. And an answer is here from Kerubin, a B, okay? And Samantha with the B also. So is it really a letter B? Because all of them are saying it's a letter B. Very good. So that's 4 points now for activating prior knowledge. Let's now have our last number for this activity. So, number five, it is the attribute of a sound that determines the magnitude of the auditory sensation produced. A, loudness. B, platform behavior. C, clarity. And D, pronunciation. What is the correct answer for number five? Hi to lovely Joyce Quaresma from Bagnos Integrated School. Okay, and the correct answer, we have answers here from Cyrus, from Arvik, from John Michael, from Argel, from Shendi. Is it letter A? Very good. That's letter A. For our viewers, let me check. How many did you get for activating prior knowledge? So let us see. If many will get a 5, that means Tutor Arnell really did his work last week. Okay, let me see. If you got a 5, please give a heart for Tutor Arnell?
Please.
Okay, let me see. Oh, Renz got a 5, so we have a heart. And Andrea also got a 5. Samantha got a 5. We have a lot of hearts from Ezel and also from William and Andrea and Janiel and John Ronald. Now there's really a lot of hearts for you, Tutor Arnell.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
You did a good job last week. Okay, let's proceed. Thank you and congratulations to our learners. Thank you. I mean, congratulations for getting a 5 on our first activity. So that only means that you already have a mastery of our week 1 lesson. Tutor Arnell, can you please do the honor of presenting the lesson?
Yes, thank you so much, Tutor Drazel. Actually, while you were answering, my dear students, I am really sweating cold here. It's like, oh my gosh, please give me like a heart react today, okay? All right, so dear students, it's indeed a wonderful day. We do have Tutor Dre's back, and of course, kahit umuulan, no, let's continue learning. So for the presenting lesson, I know that you all guys are familiar with this game, okay? So this is what we call four picks, one word, and one of the rules here is that you are going to think of a word based on the four pictures shown on the screen. So I will not be giving a lot of activities here about four picks, one word, just one set, all right? And you've got to guess what do you think is the word being asked. Okay, so the first picture would be a person holding a microphone. The next would be a man talking to a crowd, a woman talking, all right? And of course, the last picture would be, well, I saw the picture. It's President Barack Obama talking to a large crowd. So, what do you think is the word that would describe all these pictures? So, you can type all of your answers in our chat box or in our comment section. So this word would definitely be part of our discussion today. Okay, my dear students, there is a clue below. So the word has S, E, and H at the end. Okay, so Mark Platon said it's speech. Cyrus Nico Versosa said it's speech. Okay, I think Tudor Drace has an answer in her mind right now, but she won't tell you. Okay. All right, so a lot of you are now sending all the same answers for these four pictures, and let's find out if that's right. Okay, so all of this picture talks about speech, my dear students. So, why are we talking about speech right now? It's because part of our lesson discusses about speech delivery. So allow me to read the content of our lesson. Speech delivery is an important part of public speaking, and you will know why, my dear students. So sabi dito, no matter how inspiring, informative, or persuasive the speech you have written, poor delivery will leave your audience as if nothing happens and your presentation will simply be forgettable. So in other words, class, when we are actually presenting, when we are talking in front of a lot of people, kapag may speech tayo, the purpose of the message should be unforgettable. All right? So what you have to do is to do something so that your speech or your message will never be forgotten. So let's look at the next slide. It says here, my dear students, that delivery refers to the presentation of the speech you studied, planned, described, and practiced in the form of public speaking. So tandaan natin, no, that you have to practice pala. It's not only that you have to be confident or really fluent. No, you have to study and you will be like them too. You have to practice, you have to plan everything. And at the same time, class, it is relevant. All right, for you students, you might be asking, why are we learning this? It's relevant because it is the most important, or it is, what is this one? Sorry. It is relevant because it is the most important for the audience. So, lagi nating isipin na yung audience natin yung mahalaga when it comes to discussing a particular topic. So it relies on both verbal communication and non-verbal communication. So we might be talking about this too, verbal and non-verbal communication, for you to better understand our topic. So what's the difference between the two, class? When we talk about the verbal communication, it's about the language or something that we have written or something that we have spoken. So something that we see or something that we hear. However, For nonverbal communication, it refers to communication that occurs through means other than words. So, what are the other means, my dear students? Body language, gesture, and at times, class, kahit pala wala tayong sinasabi, silence would actually be sending a message to a person. And at times, we don't know. But then again, you feel the message of a person if a person doesn't talk to you. Tama ba? Right, Tudor Drace?
Yes, 'di ba? They always say that silence means no daw. 'Di ba? They all have that. So, actually di
Yes.
naman in all cases that silence means no. Pero we usually have that silence would always be delivering a message also.
Right. At times, we feel a negative feeling towards a person if they don't want to talk to us or if they are actually quiet, di
Very
ba?
true. Yes, that's very true.
Yes daw po, sabi ni Renz Guyver. Alright. Okay, class. So we have a trivia here. It says that most experts agree that 70 to 93% of all communication is considered to be nonverbal. So, in other words, class, we get to understand a person not only by means of what they say verbally, but then again by means of movements. Di ba sa Philippines, we do have this uh, peculiar gesture that when we point on something, we just use our lips, we
Mm.
pout it. But in other countries, they don't actually do that, right? But we then understand it, all right? We then understand it because it's part of what we call nonverbal communication. So a lot of people are agreeing. Thank you so much for Marvin. And Cyrus said when a person is shy, yes, tahimik tayo when a person feels shy to talk to another person. Okay, is this still my part to the
Okay.
Rachel?
Yes, that's already. I think that's still with you. Yeah, the methods. Okay.
Okay. All right. So, my dear students, we do have the methods of delivering speech. Okay. So, let us read first the following. So, there are four. The first one is you got to be reading verbatim from a manuscript. Number two, reciting a memorized text. Number three, speaking impromptu. Or number four, speaking extemporaneously. Okay, so these are the methods of delivering speech, and you will know the differences of these four, hopefully, right after I discuss this. So let's talk about the first one, my dear students. It says here, reading verbatim from a manuscript. So when we say a manuscript speech is that which it is written out and read word for word to the audience. So when we say verbatim class, it's word for word. Whatever you have written on your manuscript or on your paper, or probably you type something in your computer and you printed it, that's your manuscript, and you read it word for word, then you are actually reading verbatim from a manuscript or from a script. So an example of it can be the president giving a message for Congress. So probably you might be seeing President Duterte or probably a president or probably a leader from another country who doesn't have a paper in his hand while having a speech. They do actually have a teleprompter. Di natin nakikita yon, but there
Yes.
is something that is guiding them or something that they read whenever they are delivering a speech. So that's an example of what we call reading verbatim from a manuscript. So, okay. So, class, we will see that this is quite easier, especially for you students. If you are going to be delivering a speech, binigyan ka ng assignment sa English that you have to deliver a speech. When you do have a copy, you feel a little bit relieved, although nervous ka pa rin. But then again, you are a little confident because you have something to read. You know that you will never forget. Yes po. Yes, Ma'am Janet. Flood pa tayo. Yes, it's verbatim, word for word. Okay, the next method for delivering speech is reciting a memorized text. Okay, so when we say memorized, of course, we all know that we put all of the information that is part of our speech in our minds, consisting of reciting a scripted speech from memory. So, class memorization allows the speaker to be free of notes. So, that's one of the advantages. You don't have paper, and at the same time you appear that you are so knowledgeable because you memorized a lot of stuff, right? So who are doing this, my dear students? Actors generally recite from memory whenever they perform from a script in a stage play, television program, or movie scene. So yung mga napapanood natin, they usually are memorizing their script so that it would appear that they have what they are saying in their mind. But actually, this is a little bit challenging, no? Especially if you have
Mm-hmm.
a very little time only, magme-memorize ka pa, right? So when it comes to speeches, memorization can be useful when the message needs to be exact and the speaker does not want to be confined by notes. Okay, so we already have two. Now, let's go to the third. Okay, sorry about that. My alarm is telling me to wake up, but I'm awake. Okay, so the third method of delivering speech, yes, is what we call speaking impromptu. So, you know what, during English month, right, we usually have this contest, impromptu speech contests, and an impromptu speech is by definition one of the speakers, or you see the speaker deliver without any prior preparation on the topic. So it's really challenging on the speaker's part. So, well, I saw someone type the meaning of impromptu. So, yes, I agree with you that impromptu itself means doing something without preparation. Okay. So, where do we usually see people doing or speaking impromptu? So, usually the interviews of politicians, the presidential debates, or even the panel discussions on TV channels are all examples of impromptu speaking. So, I was actually looking for the presidential debate pictures for year 2022, but luckily I got one from year 2016, which I think Churo Draisel much better para hindi siya ganong political.
Yes, tapos na
Masya-
kasi.
That's right. And of course, the famous debate of a the previous president Donald Trump and the current president um oh my gosh, I am okay, Joe Biden. Yes. Okay, so these are all examples of speaking impromptu. They are given a question, and at the same time they have to expound their ideas about it. So, matitest talaga yung knowledge, right? Yes, Cyrus Tango, presidential debates. Okay, so the last one among the four methods of delivering speech is speaking extemporaneously. So when we say extemporaneous speech class, it is that which is prepared and practiced in advance. So it's very opposite of what we call the what's this one? Bigla ako nakalimot dun.
Extemporaneous and impromptu.
The impromptu. Okay. So, well, the speaker only uses a brief set of notes of a speaking outline to jog the memory. Okay, so let's look at this example. So the type of it are usually used in business, education, preaching, and political affairs. So I got some pictures. So the first picture is actually a forum in a world business group, and the other one is an educational world forum, of course, preaching. So for the churches, all right, and of course, political privilege speeches of our dear leaders, of our country's leaders. Okay, so those are the four methods of delivering speech. So
Okay.
let's not forget that.
So we have a question here from Janet Patayon,
Mm,
and she's having difficulty understanding the difference between impromptu and extemporaneous. So she actually thought that they are the same. Actually, no, they're not the same. So when
mhm.
we speak of impromptu, there's really no preparation. Okay,
Right.
as in on the spot that you have to
That's
deliver
true.
your speech. But for extemporaneous speech, there is preparation. You can
That's
practice the
right.
speaking, and the speaker can use brief notes only or an outline. Okay, that is how impromptu and extemporaneous would differ from one another.
Yes.
Okay, so now let us proceed with the second part of the lesson, and that would be the basic factors of delivery. So, when we are speaking about the platform behavior, the posture, loudness, and clarity, and of course, we also have pronunciation. So, and grammar is also another part of that. So, let us discuss this one by one. Let's just make it a little fast so we will not be over time. So for number one, we have platform behavior. Of course, this is what the speaker does and does not do on the stage. That must have proper motivation. So there's always a reason for every movement. Of course, in platform behavior, we have to avoid mannerism. So we usually have a lot of mannerisms, diba? So our hands are always beating as if we
Mm-hmm.
are a conductor. So these are some of the don'ts in speaking. Never do that. Next, number two, we also have to consider posture, of course. So when you speak, you have to know how to stand, and that would be to balance the weight of your body on both feet. Okay, yan
Mm-hmm.
po yung posture natin. Next, number three for basic factors of delivery would be about loudness. So we speak loud enough for everyone to hear us, and we have to always pay attention to the people at the last row. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
not only on the front row, and we have to ensure that they can also hear our speech. Okay, so focus on those people, but don't forget the front row people, ha, baka makalimutan na. Okay, so also on loudness, I mean on number four is clarity. So we have to speak, of course we have to speak very clearly. So the speech must be delivered relatively slower than in an ordinary conversation. We have to speak clearly, because if we don't do that, our message will not be understood. So
Right.
worthless, 'di ba, yung ating pagde-deliver ng speech. We have to make sure that we are understood. Remember, the goal of communication or the target of communication is always to be understood. So without
Mm-hmm.
understanding, we will miss our target. Okay. And number five, we also have pronunciation. So, of course, we have to make use of correct pronunciation. And when you are in doubt, for example, you're not sure about the pronunciation of a word, so you consult a modern dictionary. It's not really a sin to look it up in the dictionary. We have to be very, very sure on how we pronounce terms, especially if it's not that familiar for you. Okay, you have to
Right.
check on that. And again, for our factors of delivery, the last one would be grammar. Of course, we have to make use of correct grammar. Now, we are not just talking about English here. Any
Mm-hmm.
language that you are using, of course, they always have grammar. Hindi lang po yan pang English, okay? So, expose yourself to language through practice. If you want to learn more about English, then practice English. Watch movies in English, read English books or read English stories, converse with one another in English. And as a practice, if, for example, you heard somebody with wrong grammar, you have to check
Mm-hmm.
on their grammar. But in doing that, you have to be very, very respectful. Do
Yeah.
not offend the person. Okay? Because, when people get offended, that is a traumatic experience, and they
Yes.
may develop the fear of the language or public speaking or stage fright. Okay, so we have to be very careful on how we check on others' pronunciation or grammar or other factors of delivery that they did not do well. Okay, you have to always practice respect for other people. Okay, and so we have our activity for this lesson. Okay,
Right.
Tutor Arnell.
Okay, so testing one's knowledge. So, class, we are learning a lot from here. So, it's not only head knowledge, but then again, we have to be, learning something like values of respecting other people, no matter how good you are, diba? Especially sa
Yes.
grammar. Okay, so, well, for our testing knowledge, my dear students, the only thing that we are going to ask you is to tell whether the statement you will see on the screen is true or false. So, same thing that we are doing in the past. Type true if the statement is correct and false if it says the otherwise. So let's start and let's see the first statement here. The first statement is posture refers to the way you stand and sit. Is that true or false? All right, so let's see and let's type your answers on the comment section. By the way, Tutor Drazel, I'm seeing a lot of people watching from our YouTube, what's this one? YouTube channel. I'm really surprised. May mga red na mga marks, no?
Yes, oo, napansin ko nga. Okay, sanay tayo kasi puro Facebook, no? At
Yes.
least now they're into YouTube also. So now we have our number one. We now have answers here, Tutor Arnell.
All right, so we have answers from Janielle, from Bianca, from Cyrus, from John Lawrence, and they all say it's true. The rest says it's true. Let's see if it's correct. Yes, okay, that's right. Posture refers to the way you stand and sit, but of course, proper standing and sitting. Okay, so number two, impromptu speech is well prepared and the speaker uses notes to outline the speech. Okay, is this true or false? Impromptu speech is well prepared, and the speaker uses notes to outline the speech. Okay, so we are still seeing students answering number one. Yes, Argel, Lorraine, Kerubin, Trisha, Danette said it's false. Renz Guyver also said it's false. Samantha said it's false. Let's see if the answers are correct. Yes. Okay, so, well, impromptu speech is actually like hindi siya prepared, no? You have to answer a question right away. So no preparations at all. Number three, distribute the weight of your body on your 2 feet evenly when delivering a speech. So I think Judith Draisel mentioned something about this earlier. So let's find out if it's true or false. Distribute the weight of your body on your 2 feet evenly when delivering a speech. So let's see. Lorraine answered it's true. Arvik, Erosa, Janet said it's false. Okay, so John Ronald said so it's a mixture of answers. So let's now give the judgment to this number. Okay, the correct answer is true. Okay, so you have to distribute the weight of your body. So para hindi ka mangawit na isang paa lang or isang kabila, di ba? All right, number four. For your opening speech, stand in the center of the front of the room and move every new idea. So for your opening speech, stand in the center of the front of the room and move every new idea. Okay, so let's find out if this is true or false. What do you think as you open the speech? Okay, all right, so Arvik said it's true. Andrea said it's true. All right, so John Ronald Apuyan said it's true. Lorraine, it's true. Let's see if it's the correct answer. Okay, so it's true. And let's find out the last item. Okay, so speak loud enough to be heard, especially by the people at the back. Yan, yung mga mahilig maupo sa likod ng classroom now that we are about to attend face-to-face classes again. So is it true or false for the speakers? You have to speak loud to be heard, especially by the people at the back. So Lorraine said it's true. Renz Guyver said it's true. Ria Liwanag said it's true. John Vic, okay, that's for number four. Angela Pauline said it's true. Cyrus Tango said it's true. Let's see if that's the correct answer. Okay, that's right. You got it correctly. Okay, so my dear students, it's now time for us to know if you got a perfect score. For those people who got a perfect score, please give us a heart react. So while they are sending their heart reacts to your Drazel, let us now go to our evaluating one's knowledge.
Okay, now this will be our last activity for this afternoon. That's evaluating one's knowledge. What you're going to do is to choose the correct answer for the following questions, and you're going to type your answers, like fill in the blanks, right? For your answers in the comment section. So we now have a lot of hearts here. So that only means that I got a perfect score for testing
Wow.
one's knowledge. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So let's now proceed with number one. Number one, you have to consult a modern dictionary if you have a doubt with your blank. Okay, so it starts with a P and ends with an N. What do you think is the answer for number one? Please type in your answers now. Okay, so there are still a lot of hearts here. Ayan, number one, we now have our first to answer, and that's Rensguyver pronunciation. Is that correct, Tutor Arnell?
Let's see if that's correct.
Very good. That's
Okay,
pronunciation. Very good.
pronunciation.
Okay, next, let's have number two. For number two, when a speaker gives a speech without prior planning or preparation, it is called a blank. Okay, what is it? It starts with an I and ends with a U. What is your answer for number two? Okay,
Right.
let us check whether they have really learned something this afternoon. Lorraine Hebe says it's impromptu. Is that correct, Tutor Arnell?
Let's see if that's correct. Okay.
Okay, very good, Lorraine. That's impromptu. And next we have number three. Using your whole body to communicate is called blank. Two words starts with a B and the second word starts with an L. What is BL? Okay, let's see if they will get the correct answer for number three. So Cyrus says it's body language. The same with Marvin and Kerubin and Jade. Is it body language, Tutor Anel?
Let's see if that's the correct answer. Medyo pa suspense yung ating PowerPoint.
That's correct. That's body language. Good job, learners. Let's have number four. Number four, blank allows the speaker to be free of notes and enables them to recite a speech or script from memory. Okay, may clue na, no? Letter M, it starts with an M and ends with an N. What is number four? Okay, what is number four? Marvin Capulong, memorization. Okay, same with Samantha and Renz and Janet and John Lawrence and Francis. What is the correct answer for number four? Memorization. Very good. Next, let's
Okay.
have the last item, number five. Blank speech is that which is prepared and practiced in advance. Letter E and ends with an S. Okay. What letter E is a speech that which is prepared and practiced in advance? Number five. Okay, what is the correct answer? Ma'am Janet is extemporaneous. Same with
Mm-hmm.
Lorraine and Renz and Josa. Sorry, and Lawrence and Kerubin. What is the correct answer for number five?
Okay, number five is indeed.
Extemporaneous. Very good. Now let us
Yes,
check your
congratulations.
performance for evaluating one's knowledge. If you got a five, we have to be very happy about it. So please flood the comment section with happy faces or happy
Mm-hmm.
reacts. Let us see the happy reacts from our learners. And Ma'am Janet is saying thank you daw for teaching the difference between
Wow.
impromptu and extemporaneous. We're always here ready to serve our
Yes.
clients, diba? Okay, thank you very much for that. So we now have a lot of happy faces from Crystal, from Katrina, from Glazel, from Samantha, from Pauline, from Angela, from Cyrus, from Christine, from Caliph, from Cyrus and Lizelle. Congratulations!
Congratulations,
Okay,
everybody.
so for summarizing, let us have the different ideas that we have had, Sir Tornell.
All right. So, well, this would be very quick, my dear students. So, let's not forget that speech delivery, the ones that we learned today, is very important. So, your messages will simply not be forgettable. All right. So, you have to practice, you have to do your best so that you would be able to deliver your speech the right way. So, don't forget that there are two ways for us to communicate with our colleagues, with our audiences, and these are the following: the verbal, which uses words, actually, the ones that we hear, the ones that are written, and the ones that are spoken. And for nonverbal, yung mga gestures natin and the body languages, and even silence would be an example of nonverbal communication. Now, for the methods of delivering speech, we have four: reading verbatim from a manuscript, reciting a memorized text, speaking impromptu, and speaking extemporaneously. And of course, for our basic factors of delivery, we have the platform behavior, we have the posture, we have the loudness, we have the clarity, we have pronunciation, and lastly, grammar. All right. So I guess those are the things that we learned for today. We are now going to our objectives. Tutor Drazel, were we able to meet them?
Yes, of course, we were able to understand the use of appropriate oral language stance and behavior when giving information and instructions. We're also going to show appreciation. We still have one last activity, of course. And we will also be delivering a speech using the appropriate oral language that will be done for our assignment, of course.
That's
And
correct.
so let us check our assignment for this afternoon. You're going to record a 3 to 5 minute informative speech about the theme of the International Mother Language Day. So you're going to use the appropriate oral language, stance, and behavior you learned in the class today. So again, the theme of the 2022 International Mother Language Day is using technology for multilingual learning, challenges, and opportunities. So again, that's going to be a 3 to 5 minute informative speech about that theme. So make sure you got that well. And for our
Yes.
rubrics, of course, we're going to check the eye contact, the facial expressions also, and language you used, and of course, body movement and gestures. So those will be
Yeah.
the rubrics for informative speech. And we will also be checking organization and central idea.
Yeah, medyo napagod yung
Mm.
ano ko doon,
Oo
emoji.
nga. Napagod. Bumagal. Okay. And for submitting your assignments, nalilito sila on how to submit daw the assignment. You have two options. It's going to be a private message to my Facebook page, Tutor Drace, or to the personal account of Tutor Arnel. Okay, so
Yes.
dalawa po yan. Okay, and we will also always be checking your assignments naman.
Yeah.
And of course, we
Uh-huh.
now have our last a few last slides. So for exit assessment, please do scan the link below, or I mean the code below. Please answer the Google form for the exit assessment for you to learn more. And for our evaluation or feedback, please, we have a QR code that you can scan, or you may copy the link below. Please do evaluate the session. Again, this is Tutor Drace.
And
And
of course, I'm your tutor, Ernell.
okay, so we're both from SDO Pasig, and we are your tutors and guides for English 7. Bye, everyone. Please do watch Tutor Jovet and Tutor Ruby for English 8. Bye!
Bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!